Happy New Year to everyone. Happy New Year. So my wish for this 2019 is that some people will just drop fucking dead. Now don't judge me on why I want them to drop dead. You don't know them. You don't know these people at all. The whiners, the complainers, the overly politically correct people that want to say, don't use the word midget. Why can't we use the word? Is little person any better? Who wants to be a little person? Don't you want to be a full person? Full person. And for these people, all I ask for, I don't want them to have a quick death. I want them to have a slow, agonizing, gut-wrenching, syphilis-infested death. I want them to have convulsions and vomiting, and I want them to go from, I don't even want them to have HIV, I want them to go straight to AIDS and just die. Now don't tell me you don't know people like this in your life. We all have people like this in life, but you just don't want to admit that you have people like this in your life. So I've been married for 21 years. Nice segue, you like that one? I go from HIV death to 21 years of marriage. And I remember that with 21 years of marriage that the sex life is still good according to my wife and two of her friends. And it's not because I have a large penis or because I last long, like probably that guy right there. Segue to black joke. You like that one, don't you? It's because I have a double-jointed bionic tongue. Yes, a vagina-licking bionic tongue. That is even better than the purple butterfly vibrator. Now, for those of you that don't know where this vibrator is, go 15 minutes south on 17. You go to the Bad Kitty. Third aisle, right next to the Asian porn. That's where you will find that vibrator. But I remember when I asked my wife to marry me, and that was in church. I got down on one knee. I dropped the ring. I picked it up in front of all these Christians, and I said, honey, will you marry me? And she looked at me and she said, well, there's two stipulations. So she pulled me to the side. Right then I knew I was fucked. I said, what are those stipulations? First, we cannot have sex again until we're married. I'm like, okay, that's kind of strange. I said, why? Because we need to re-virginize ourselves in front of the Lord. I said, let me see if I got this right. You're a preacher's daughter. We've had sex in the church. Do you really believe that in the sight of the Lord, He is going to forget that? I said, this is 1996. Porn just came out on the internet, $9.99 a minute. I just got my first credit card. I said, fuck it. I said, we can do that one, not a problem whatsoever. The second stipulation was, we have to get STD tested. Now, how many of you in here have ever had STDs? Raise your hand. Liars! I see some of you out there and you know you have had an STD. How many of you are planning on getting some STDs tonight? Anyone? Well, let me tell you how the test goes. This is how the STD test goes. You look very interested, so I'm going to tell you. All right. So the first thing you got to do is you got to get a blood test. So they bring in this hot nurse. Now, mind you, now I have not had sex in a very long time. They bring in this hot nurse. She comes in with a needle. She wants to stick me. I'm thinking about sticking her. And she takes the blood. No problem. But then somewhere along the line, what she does is she like tag teams her partner, who is this Nazi-looking Sarah Huckabee lookalike. So she walks in and she says, take off your pants! I'm like, and she has a Q-tip the size of a pool stick. So she comes in and she grabs me, more realistic, she grabs me by my penis and she takes this Q-tip and she shoves it straight in. And she does this so far that I felt her touching my ball sack. So, after she does this, she says, don't pee for about an hour because it's gonna burn. I said, okay. So now I need to use this as a prop. The next test, what she does is she throws me down on a bed. And she takes this vinegar-wrapped habanero kind of wrap and puts it around around my penis. And she says, you need to sit here for a while. This is going to burn. And then she leaves. So 10 minutes into it, I start to sweat. It's smelling like a Mexican restaurant. I get up, I run out butt naked to the nurse's station, and I unwrap the beanie weenie. I put it in front of a fan and let it blow on it. It was the best blowjob that I had in 8 months. But to say that, I'm going to say this. After all that, we get married. We have a beautiful 12-year-old daughter. And then she has her period for the first time. Now, how many of you have teenage daughters that have had their menstrual cycle? Men? Anybody? Oh, just you. Good. So you might relate to this. So the first time she has her menstrual cycle, I am on my own at Walmart. Now, my wife calls me and says, our daughter is in the bathroom. She just started her period. Why don't you have anything? I didn't know. She said, well, you need to go down to the aisle. You need to go get her maxi pads. So I'm running through Walmart and I'm stiff-arming people, just knocking them all over the place. I get to the maxi pad aisle, and I don't have a fucking clue. I'm looking for the children's section. I did not know that they did not have children's maxi pads. So this nice, like, by the way, one quick question. Did any of you ever notice that the maxi pads and the condoms are right next to each other at Walmart? If you really want to fuck with the Walmart cashiers, go up to the counter with condoms, maxi pads, and a bottle of wine. Because they're going to look at you like, you're disgusting, but boy, you're interesting. So I get there, and this nice little old lady says, can I help you find something? And I'm like, yeah, where's the children's section for maxi pads? She says, oh, honey, they don't have those. I said, well, what do I get? So she hands me this bag, and I run back to the bathroom at Walmart, and I knock on the door, and I hand it to my daughter. She says, thank you. She comes out 2 minutes later, and she says to me, Dad, these are extra large. What do I do? And I said, just fucking wing it. We gotta get the hell out of here. Well, that's my time. By the way, for those of you that don't know, during the day, my job is a middle school principal.
Woo!
So, thank you! So, if you have children and you want to send them to a school with high moral leadership, please Facebook me, and I will gladly accept your children at my middle school. Thank you all.